Back to the Pet Project with your always well-dressed host, Tammy Trujillo.
Perfect re-entry to our show. All those wild and wonderful sounds, they come from beautiful wild animals and a lady who has championed those animals for 40-some years now, Martine Collette, continuing with us on the show. She is the founder of the Wildlife Way Station. And Martine, we were talking before the break about the fact that there's work to be done at the way station to bring it up to certain code standards so you can get the conditional use permits and keep everybody happy.
And absolutely. And we had a lovely, lovely company and a lovely man who chose to call himself Santa Claus that came forth and is now willing to resurface all of the existing roads at the Wildlife Way Station, which is one of the necessities that we have to do.
I mean, you got to love this fella. What a thing to donate. He heard about the problem out there. He said, this is what my company does. And by gosh, we can go do it out there gratis and help you out. And I mean, this guy's our hero. He really is.
Absolutely, he is. And, the Wildlife Way Station slogan is deeds, not words.
Mm-hmm.
And people like Santa Claus and yourself and your listeners, friends of the Way Station, also live up to the slogan of deeds, not words. Otherwise, we would not be able to survive as we have for the last 36 years at the Wildlife Way Station.
Absolutely. I know on your site you have a lot of information about Santa's company. And I'll tell you, if you need roads fixed or anything like that, driveways, pavements, you got to call this man, because this is the kind of guy you want working at your house. A guy who will do this kind of thing to help a company like an organization like the Wildlife Way Station. I mean, what better person could you have working on your home than somebody who has this kind of generosity?
Absolutely.
He's
and
awesome.
Now the Wildlife Way Station is looking for someone that might be able to help us with our water distribution system. And, of course, our septic systems. That's kind of our next ideal bucket list for us. Mm-hmm. We would love to have someone offer to do that for the animals.
Well, there's got to be somebody out there who does that for a living. And you know what? Maybe comes over on Sundays, on the days off, and puts in that time to help you guys get this thing going.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a lot of people that can do a lot of labor, but we need somebody talented to be able to tell us what to do, and, of course, knows how to obtain the appropriate licenses and permits.
Oh, sure. Okay, so that's on our list right now. What else do you need right now?
I thought we would start there. We need the water distribution system for our firefighting purposes.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we have the old pipes, which were, I think, about 3-inch pipes.
Mm-hmm.
They now would like to have them as 6-inch pipes, and we would love to have someone offer us the opportunity for them to come in and help us convert our systems to 6-inch pipes for the fire department.
People
that would really be helpful.
Nobody thinks of all the things that go in to running a place like yours or any other place that deals with animals. It's not just, and I say just with quotes around it, it's not just caring and feeding for the animals. It's all this ancillary infrastructure that has to exist. And it's huge.
Actually, Tammy, looking after the animals directly is the joy of our life.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the passion and the joy and the wonderful things that you feel inside when you try to help an animal. That's where it comes from.
Absolutely.
But it's all these other things that go into making a facility function. The trucks that are running, we'd love to have a mechanic or somebody from a mechanic shop that say, you know what, we can come over and help you with your vehicles. That would be a wonderful help.
I have a feeling, Martine, that no matter what area somebody has their skill in, their profession in, you could use that kind of help. I think it pretty much crosses the gamut, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And what a great thing to do, because these are animals, Martine, that if you don't keep them there at the way station, if you don't give them a place to live out their lives, there's really nowhere for them to go.
Exactly. And the scary part, Tammy, is if we do not continue moving forward, find a way to keep the money flowing in, to take care of these animals, there is no place for them to go in the United States.
Right.
And we have checked that.
The zoos are full, sanctuaries full. You can't exactly put a bunch of lions and tigers up for adoption. That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
This is so important.
I was concerned enough to say, I believe, at least I'm the eternal optimist. I always believe that people will rally around the animals and help them survive this hard economic times. But I also was scared, what if something happens and it doesn't come to pass?
Well, that's a horrible thing to think about. Exactly exactly, what in the world would happen? It's horrifying to think of, and that's why we can't let it happen. Very simple.
Well, we can't let it happen. It's unthinkable. I mean, people have asked me this over and over again and said, I'm sorry, I can't even go there to the very, I just can't.
Yeah.
My mind won't allow me to go there.
Nope.
I'm so afraid.
Don't you go there. We're not going to let you. Martine, text wildlife to 20222 on your cell phone. It's an instant $10 donation. It all adds up. Martine, thank you so much for updating us on the situation. We're going to have you on until we get this problem resolved.
Thank you, Tammy. God bless
you. You too. Martine Collette from the Wildlife Way Station. Again, you know what? You don't have to chunk out $100. Money's tight right now. $10. Keep adding it up. It'll do the trick. You can text the word wildlife to 20222 on your cell phone. Instant $10 donation to Martine, and we all thank you very much. We're back to wrap things up on the Pet Project here on CRN.
Are you